Warren, you've been pretty explicit about your acquisition criteria over the years, and some years ago, perhaps around the time of the ISCAR deal, you mentioned at one of the annual meetings that a concerted effort was being made to make non-U.S. companies more aware of Berkshire's positive attributes as a preferred acquirer. Yet, despite the higher proportion of large family-owned businesses in places like Europe, and the fact that over half of the world's listed market cap currently comes from outside of the U.S., Berkshire has deployed very little capital outside of the U.S., with just ISCAR and more recently AltaLink coming to mind. Is the U.S. truly that much more attractive a destination for capital, or is there some other reason why the firm has not deployed serious capital outside of the region?
Yeah, no, we've never turned down a chance to make a significant acquisition outside the United States because of any feeling we'd much rather be doing something in the United States. We just, you mentioned the Alberta deal, but we have not had as much luck getting on the radar screen of owners around the world as we have in the United States. Our best bet by far in buying a business is to buy it from the family of a founder or the founder himself or herself. So that's our strong suit. And in the United States, I think almost anybody that fits in that category with a business of size thinks of us. And a fair number would prefer us. I don't think that same. I think there's some recognition outside the U.S. Certainly, when we heard from ISCAR, that was in 2006. Eitan Wertheimer said, he wrote me a letter. I'd never heard of him before. I'd never heard of the company, and he said the family had thought about it, and we were the only company to which they wanted to sell. And if they didn't sell it to us, they weren't going to sell it. So there's some awareness, but I've been a little disappointed in that we haven't had better luck outside the country, and we'll keep working at it and see what happens. Incidentally, I just talked to Jacob Harpaz, who does an incredible job of running ISCAR. I talked to him yesterday when I was touring Exhibition Hall. They set a new record in April. Now, that won't be the last new record they set, but that may have some slight meaning in terms of how world business is doing, because they sell, these tiny little cutting tools and so on that go into basic industry all over the world. And people don't buy those because they're going to look pretty in their offices or anything else. They buy them because they're using them up. And it was a record in April. March had been extremely good too. So they are seeing strength in the business that certainly would make it hard to believe there's weakness going on throughout the industrial world. ISCAR's been a wonderful company for us. The people have been sensational. The business is extraordinary. It just is. It fits us so well that I just wish I could find a few more like it out there. But this year, aside from the one we announced yesterday, we have not been contacted by any significant ones that made sense. We have heard from people over the last 5 years. I mean, a fair number, but nothing that really makes sense. But we'll keep trying. Okay, Station 1, we're back.
Está buena la pregunta de si es un tema como de nacionalismo por el cual no han hecho adquisiciones o muchas adquisiciones de empresas extranjeras, a pesar de que él se había manifestado, pero él lo ve desde otro punto de vista. Dice, en realidad nadie se ha acercado a nosotros que sea una oportunidad significativa, y las personas que caben en nuestra categoría, que son, por ejemplo, fundadores o familias de fundadores que quisieran vender sus negocios de forma privada, la mayoría de Estados Unidos ya lo conocen o ya lo tienen ubicado, y ya ocurren esos acercamientos cuando ellos consideran que Berkshire es el que lo hace. Digo, no, mi intención no es traducir, pues, pero se me hace muy interesante cómo él, una cosa que tú ves de una manera, la otra persona lo ve con otro paradigma, ¿no? Y eso es lo que él creo que es una de las cosas más padres de dedicar tiempo a este tipo de aprendizaje.